Things are different now. That's what you say. Things change. Things stay the same. Nothing ever stays the same. How can you describe the other side? The other side of night. I'm listening to a playlist I started a few years ago. I started a lot of things a few years ago. I started to live life. I started to make a whole new mess. That's what the playlist lyrics are saying as I write this. Make a whole new mess. It won't be long. Collapse. The world is collapsing. But we're all still here. I remember being in the warmth of the brick walls of a place I used to go and talking to a dear friend about risk. The risk of connecting with another person. We talked about the fact of being hurt over and over and that it was still worth it. I played on that piano in that place so many times. It was really a coming back to life after Trump and COVID and isolation. But things change. How do they do that? And why? Oh, loved one, we're closer than we have ever been. Oh, one I loved once. You're so far away now. I wonder where the time has gone. And I'm not the person I used to be. I hold her in my heart and in my memory, but she's a ghost, haunting my steps along the new pathways of this this life, this experience. We share it. We share it with the others. The other is a fucking mystery. And the dance with the other is a dance of memory and death that often we change and we can't hold on. Things happen and it's never the same. I've been working on this latest episode of Mumbling Planet for probably over a year. It's been transition, sure. And the fact that I needed to figure out how to start to love my voice again and how to make art again after the constant nervous anxiety from testosterone wasn't driving an incessant need to create for survival anymore. And dealing with the fact that because of that lack of need to create, most of the extant material for the show that did contain my voice was solidly in Boytown and I didn't like it. But it's also been the distance, my falling off the face of the earth, and the changing. The world showing us how mean it is and not knowing how to respond. It's been the learning how to be and be loved in new ways, and losing people in the process of that learning. How to love and to be loved in new ways, and losing people in the process of that learning. And the letting go of my childhood home and all the implications of having been there for so long in favor of a new and uncertain path. I could go on, but I shouldn't. Suffice it to say, the wheel has turned and things have been made new, if that sentiment's not too incredibly melodramatic for you. So, on this extended cut of Mumbling Planet, I admit it's going to be a lot. There's a lot of time to catch up for. And we'll take a train to find out how it's never the same. Take turns at being first responders to a psychic attack. Look in the mirror at the past and see how it's different. Or maybe that's just what I'm doing. You might do something different. I don't know. So stay with us as we smile with our teeth made of trains and travel down to our innermost guts on fire, burnt up and risen like a phoenix from the ashes, flying around a world burned down in the apocalypse and made new, and watching new plants and wild and marvelous things grow up from the ashes that scatter and cover the far-flung reaches of Mumbling Planet.
Mud is magical. Mud is a good thing to rub all of your body and dance and sing on your birthday. And when you rinse off the mud, you're a new person.
Teeth made of trains. Fake clues and symbols. Ill-regarded islands. The underground is teeming with creatures jointed and ridged. They are circumambulating underneath. They will catch us.
Bring them to the light.
And watch out for the crow that does not fly.
She is eyeing it inquisitively.
Nature is not complicated. And their hallucinatory and psychotic experiences, like the Space Brothers meeting Jesus.
What?
The Space Brothers meeting Jesus. Did you hear? I spoke clearly.
I did not hear.
That's because you're a communist.
I tell thee, undoubtedly, it is not alone enough to be willing.
Yeah, tell it to Ishtar.
Shadows emerge from the night lights, and they don't let up until the daytime comes. You can jam your fingers in your ears, and you're still going to hear those stories. You can look at the wallpaper and scrape at it with your fingernails, and they're not going to stop.
I think I may be going crazy again.
Essential to go crazy. As thinkers.
Essential to be hunchbacked, tattooed, and generally as ugly as possible.
Essential to be treated like a fly. essential to have a 6-foot-long toe.
Essential for its practical value.
Essential to wear loincloths, such as this diagram demonstrates.
Oh, I like that. I'm gonna make a loincloth.
Essential to grow zucchinis and then chop them into tiny little pieces.
And wander aimlessly.
And
They-
what about the suffering of the zucchini?
The suffering of the zucchini impairs my vision. Therefore
I
it must
know
stop.
of the suffering of the zucchini. I am the zucchini as it suffers.
Past the trees of the forest, and gradually comes out onto tracks over open ocean. For some reason it hurt when you went past the trees onto the open ocean. And as it goes forward, the shoreline and the forest disappear into the horizon, and there's nothing but horizon and the train on all sides.
Gazing at our enforced idleness.
Able to obtain an unobstructed view of the profound gulf.
But I have nothing left.
Certainly you have a pair of scissors, or a skull, or something.
It was the 7th voyage.
Did he scratch the itch that you had?
I don't like him!
There's a full symphony orchestra passing us, except all the members are arranged in line along the tracks. And so as they play, I can only catch glimpses of the sound of each of the instruments, but not the whole symphony together.
Walls are sagging.
Mere paradoxical elements. What is this of which you speak?
The sky is sagging.
How can there be secrets?
The wolfskin sky is sagging with the weight of the moon.
The bowels are sagging. Bowels of prey and of the earth.
Of sex and of Zen.
The three-headed dragon's shit.
With Bob, the secret society.
And what's underneath it all?
The USSR.
No, there you are wrong. It is potatoes.
And the woman of his dreams.
In a field of marionettes.
And Babinski's place.
And the child of paradise.
What does Bavinsky have to do with this?
He's a thief and a courtesan.
Bavinsky?
And some of those bottles turn into people, turn into faces, and I can't tell if they're singing or if they're screaming. But eventually, I fall asleep, and it doesn't matter so much anymore.
What outrageous conduct you are. Are you happening again?
The trees come closer in, and you can see the leaves. The ones that are oaks, the ones that are maples.
You are very offhand. Ah, crazy girls.
Well, that's something. That's not nothing.
Lacking in fragrance.
Is that the kind of ability you can master? Isn't that just something you have to be?
You're a strange woman.
That's true.
It is you who are in error.
That's true.
Who doubts it?
Mercury. Mercury doubts it.
It's honestly quite portentous.
Yeah.
This has all got me in a thoughtless state of excitement.
Is that new?
That's pretty status quo.
Quite perpetual.
And pungent, honestly. return to your native land.
Yeah.
But I've always liked the tidal waves. I've always liked to swim out and to punch the ocean and to taunt it and say, "You cannot drown me, ocean. You cannot drown me."
What then? Against whom?
We fall into the clown's mouth.
What does Fred think when he sees himself in the mirror and sees the whiskers of a demon cat staring at his face?
He thinks, I love all bad weather.
And then, above me in the sky, which had suddenly turned to black, a UFO fell down.
Well, we don't sit in the gravel pit when there's a thunderstorm, do we?
Some of us do. Speak for yourself. Now, as for Fred and I, we will sit in that gravel pit when it rains, and we will become soggy, as we were meant to be.
Without new visions?
We will dissolve. paw of an alligator that makes my stomach turn, despite being gifted by a dear friend I may never see again. Hard times indeed.
And certain paintings.
Tragedy or comedy.
The next revolution.
Oh, I have nothing to say against it.
And if you want to, you can be the demon.
I have some good photographs.
The naked demon without torso, spreading shit all in your ears.
To lessen
Language,
material
hair,
lust is not inevitable
rotating.
to bring repose.
Becoming bamboo.
Only ones who are willing to print articles claiming that the U.S. government might possibly. Is it lacking in substance? Is it lacking in, geometrical configuration? Is it not?
Is that merely an
Kind of
analog
word?
for the frightful
There it
vistas
is.
you reflect below?
What are the integrities of cows and images in nurture
musical preferences.
of puffins?
That could hardly be considered anything more than a sketch.
So I heard.
Validated with too goddamn fast.
Are you then a rat hole of research?
According
You
to
will find it.
scientific
I
standards.
mean, it was in a book.
Well,
Study.
It was in a
It is
book.
the hour
Alabaster
of 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's getting something inside me turning sluggish and
I'm very cold.
What are we going to take into account the mind's blindness?
Baboons climb those trees. They know all about the limbs.
They sever
The
them.
tracks
They gotta eat.
look
They
like
are an ignoramus.
they are pupil. The
Baboons
slit
are dumb sons of bitches.
of an eye,
Something be said for violence.
and this
It's
goes
also
further
violence
back.
when the boar turns and rends the flesh of the
It's the
pursuer.
eye of a snake.
Fashion. Look to the right. The image. of the
Ill-regarded
eye.
elephants.
Look closer.
Creatures with hair, fluff, and skin.
The house of the dead.
Kindness.
The witches
What
will
if
sweep us
violence
away.
is
Constantly tearing yourself apart and remaking.
Tearing
bottom
myself
of an
apart
intensely
brings
dark
me
cave.
dread.
What did you see
The
there?
dread of physical
The eruption of Vesuvius.
Or are you hallucinating in the desert?
The long-sought mental message had come at last.
The message of poor Pythagoras.
I like you better now.
It is not that these
I like you
lines
more
are
and
not
more.
real. We are composed of lines of
I
rigid
own the
sentimentality,
immaculate
just as there are
cemetery.
cows and meadows in the world.
The
But
outline
those
of the
lines,
grave.
like cows and meadows, are more
Four
than
angel
this.
princes.
This is a cat crushed beneath his mane is Fred.
Wearing exotic furs.
coming to the
But I don't know how to
graveside.
use it. The self.
You should consider the
Merely
pursuit
a
of the
ragged
well-beloved.
philanthropist.
Back in the hotel?
Not even
The
a
village
drop
of Pittsburgh.
flour.
Yes, you are.
Introduction.
What a chance.
No, I'm not.
That ship has sailed.
How?
Via the
With the wind. how laughable our momentary fears of falling.
I've been working at the grocery store for about a month, a little bit more, as a cashier, and everybody's talking. I don't mean just talking normal, but their voices in isolation to nobody. It started with one older lady who held a cell phone up to her face but stared ahead blankly, and the screen was black. I asked her if she was all right, and she pretended to hang up. We've all done it, right? So I figured everyone else must be talking through their little earphones, those cordless ones that almost disappear into your ear. But I looked, and everyone's ears were empty, but their mouths were moving. Just as quickly as I scanned their items, a sound indiscernible as wind, constant. And so I decided to start talking to myself too. And now, when a customer checks out, I'll say, "Hello, how are you?" And they'll say, "Hello, how are you?" And I'll say, "Good, thank you." And they say, "Good. And you?" Everyone is having separate conversations that almost sound like we're really talking to somebody. And it's gone on like this until today. Today, an alarm sounded without warning from the speakers throughout the whole store, which, by the way, is a very large store. A high-pitched, repetitive beeping, and all of our pretend calls dropped. We all stopped talking. Actually, we dropped everything. I guess we were all so surprised by the alarm. I left my cash register and started walking deeper into the store, stepping over all the groceries everyone left, all over the floor. When I got to the reduced price shelves, deep in the heart, and there stood an old woman with her back to me. She was perfectly still. I guess she heard me walk up behind her, because without turning around, she said in just the most awful smoker's voice,
"There's a fire. Something's burning."
She didn't look at me, but I knew she was telling me. She was talking to me. Now, we're standing here together, so I guess I don't need to keep talking to myself. We will just keep watching the savings on the clearance shelf. I feel so much less alone.
colors of the reptile are red and green and blue, and all the world will know. Have the shoelaces ready for battle, if you're able, warrior. The time has now come to put aside the concerns of the drafters of vast oceans of Ozymandias rubble and take up the question of what it's for. The nighttime has its own dimensions, and the wrath of the gods falls lightly on the one with the feather heart, it is said, and yet, struggle and all, she played the game of time, and all the minnows danced with delight at the chance encounter with destiny. No more foolin', it said with a grin. The end lost in a dark corridor of excited dreams and wishes in the dark. The lane switched, and she was dead. Taken by the light of progress. Taken by the children of the soldiers of some forgotten war. The past is a white mist, and the soil cries for revenge. But now is not the time for such pursuits. We are all women here, owning our sweaters and time. And what has been lost to the granaries? What steps have been taken to heal the wounds on the assembly room floor? And what movies shall we make, oh sister, in this time of concrete birds of prey? How could we imagine the distance? How could we measure the life? It calls.
Like ice cream, like chocolate,
juicy,
it's cold.
Red.
I ate it with a spoon
So
in the bowl.
cheesy.
Wow. Wow.
One day I was walking
Well,
My bicycle.
I was
and I saw
in my bed and I
Island.
closed
rat.
my eyes and I fell asleep.
then did she run away from you to me?
She was impelled by honorable admiration.
And the love of jewels.
Of apologizing?
And she knows that we all lie. Every night. We lie in bed and we believe that dreams can assuage the empty dreams of waking.
Merely a curled snake on the belly button of the night.
Followed by 2 spies in the night.
The moon is merely a mountain we must climb every night in order to plunge off its precipice.
The tidal wave is not just a one-time occurrence. The interesting thing is it draws itself out over everyday occurrences. When you turn on the tap and the water flows up way too quickly. When it's raining and it feels like it's raining on the inside of your coat. The tidal wave persists.
Maybe it's the tidal wave that makes you go out on a rainy day knowing you'll get wet and saying, I don't need an umbrella.
Don't you know you need to release and control the power of your erotic potential?
Right. I'm a vagabond. I have no potential power.
But what about your crystal balls?
I have no soul.
Yeah, split a stick of wood and the Christ is in there too.
The devil!
What about the gaping blackness of your magic mirrors?
Or Bob, for fuck's sake. Bob.
Oh, yes, Bob. A delirious joy. A certain intoxication. I like Bob.
Say something.
There is a wild beast in your presence.
He is my firstborn child. And you stand naked before the rising moon. Have you withdrawn like the stars?
As soon as my age permits.
Don't you know that plants have a soul
Like painters?
and a brain
Like shoes?
and a nervous system
Like George Bush.
and patterns of feeling and musical preferences?
No, brother.
Musical preferences?
Enter.
Yeah, but I think that the weather isn't bad. The weather that he loves is good and wholesome, but he's just been told that the weather that he loves is bad. And so he thinks that he is bad because what he loves is bad.
There are so many buttons to push, and little dials to turn, and little things to slide up and down on some fancy objects that musicians use. And it's very fun when the musicians aren't around just to turn each little dial just a little bit one way, a little bit the other, slide around bizarre slidey things and push various buttons so that the next time they try to use it, they're like, boy, this sounds weird, what happened?
You can't waste hatred like that.
Aye, sir.
I,
I don't waste hatred on anyone but myself.
still asleep, dying
I am
inaudibly.
the only one worthy of my own hatred.
A boundless jungle of outlandish, incredible peaks balanced with plains, domes, minarets, horizontal discs poised on pinnacles.
3 stars flare up and go out.
In
Look.
the salute of the waters.
I am in doubt.
Through that window shines the stars of eternal night.
Also, their aroma. Instruments can be quite fragrant. The perfume of a didgeridoo, the kind of wood it's made of, the wax, and the scent of the player's saliva, all combine into a musky, unique, singularity.
But I don't know what they're actually playing, what it would all sound like together.
What's your Saxon?
Cicadas. Some of them are playing cicadas.
And the sky is strangely still.
Negligible.
When the phantom cavalry arrives, careening into your eyeball.
It doesn't ride,
It oppresses my emotion.
and it writhes.
But by our senses, we know nothing of external objects beyond their figure. Was the child there?
On the other hand, you've gone insane.
You can if you imbibe enough black rain.
Do you still sleep?
I'm sleeping right now, bitch.
I promised Mother I would sleep. Consciousness of an increasing draft of cold air. Maybe something like a discussion of the eternal man, or woman, or whatever else.
What about the eternal dog? What is the category of your cows?
What is the length one day for one night?
Evening, and wash my sins away.
And she is called a liar.
But the beast was already upon us.
Is it not merely a golden receptacle, this gravel pit?
You should be shot for saying that.
Don't expect to frighten me with harsh words.
And the gunman is always watching.
Not when I embark.
And the leaves are always falling.
Does he keep watch on the gravel pit, the golden receptacle of the gravel pit?
And fortunes are always falling.
Yet none of us have spoken.
The great ones.
Distinguished from my thought.
On the railway of chance.
Charming biter of women's breasts.
You have to paint the nipples or they won't believe it's lies.
I have already mentioned the suspicion to be excited.
Give him a little hyena bite.
There must be a languid largeness of her eyes.
Languid largeness.
Yeah.
With dimples.
The final hiccup of Will Young and uncouth
It must be an ordinary wet day.
beneath my tongue.
With huge masses of long and disheveled hair.
And drips on the leafage.
Thrust aside.
Hear that at least.
Parallax.
What a pair.
You're a pair.
A pair of
Geese.
A pair of spaced out neural experiences.
baptized by
Extraterrestrials.
such as money.
Such as money.
And tigers.
And science fiction writers.
And two old men accosting each other.
And severed tree trunks in the process of dreaming.
And all of them are surgeons.
That may never die.
What are you driving at?
I'm driving that the tape repeats over and over, and that there are no limits to your mind, and that anything you can imagine you can do.
Well, in fact, I need money.
A bit later.
Who are you?
I don't think that's true. I think that you can imagine being dead, but once you're dead, you're not you anymore, you're somebody else.
A network of love.
Like large beetles.